Real dark wizards prefer to win fights without risking Hogwarts Legacy, and these 3 builds will help you to do it. Based on unforgivable curses, they're extremely powerful, I would even say broken, and will allow you to win any fight with no effort at all, even on the hardest difficulty. The first build I call Puppet Master. Yes, I'm giving stupid names to my builds. It's based around Imperio spell, and actually that's the only spell that you need in this build to kill pretty much everyone. And it's even possible for you to not take a part in a fight and just stay in invisibility while your puppet is doing crazy damage and just destroying all the enemies. So spells. As I've already told you, the only important spell here is actually Imperio, but I still suggest you to add 1 spell of each color to your spell set just to break shields. For example, Accio, Arresto Momentum and Expelliarmus. But I usually have Incendio as a red spell just because I love Accio plus Incendio combo too much. Also, you will need a Disillusionment charm to make it work, so if you have only 1 spell setup, replace one of the spells with it. Next we have traits, and actually it's what makes this build so broken, because you can add manipulation trait to all parts of your gear. It increases the damage of an NPC that you control with Imperio and increases it to some crazy numbers. I mean, just look at this damage. I'm pretty sure that it's unbalanced, and in the future it will be fixed and same traits will not be stacking. So then this build will just be pretty strong, but at the moment it's absolutely broken. As for talents, for this and for all builds based on unforgivable curses, I strongly suggest you to unlock all 10 talents in Dark Arts. They're just really powerful. But if you don't have extra talent points, this build will work just fine. However, if you will invest talents in at least Blood Curse, Enduring Curse, Imperio Mastery and Curse Supper, it will be much more effective. Additionally, you can take Invisibility Potion Potency in Room of Requirement talents. And yeah, with this build I suggest you to use Invisibility Potions. Later you will understand why. So how this build works on practice? Actually extremely simple. You just cast Disillusionment Charm and cast Imperio on the strongest enemy. It will not break stealth even on Battle Arena, so all you will have to do is just stay and watch how this NPC is just one-shotting everyone. Sometimes you will have to take part in a fight and break shields, but usually controlled NPC will do all the job, especially if you will control Troll. And yeah, there are a lot of enemies on battle arenas, so sometimes your stealth will be broken, and in this case you can just drink Invisibility Potion, move to some safe location and cast Disillusionment Charm again. But there is one problem with this build. Let's say you will use Imperio on Troll, and this Troll will just kill every NPC. It's cool, but after that you will still have to kill Troll somehow, and it will take a lot of time. It's not gonna be hard, because you can just cast Imperio on Troll again and again, and you will be pretty safe, but still it's a little bit tedious, and for such situation next build will be even better choice. I call it Troll Slayer, but it's not only good for fighting trolls, it's great for all situations, even fighting multiple opponents on arena, because you will be one-shotting most of NPCs. Your damage even from base attacks will be just crazy. Spell set for this build is Crucio, Flipendo, because after you will invest 1 talent point, it adds cursed status on an enemy, and then some typical combination like Gladius plus Defindo. It will be even better to add a second spell setup, which will include Imperio, Arresto Momentum and Expelliarmus, but it's only really necessary if you fight in multiple opponents. As for traits, we are using Unforgivable on all pieces of our gear. This trait significantly increases damage dealt to cursed targets, and spoiler, pretty much every single enemy will be cursed. Now, to make this build as effective as possible, you want to invest 9 talent points into Dark Arts and have all talents except Avada Kedavra Mastery, because with these talents you will have multiple ways to add cursed status on an enemy. It will happen each time when you're using Stupefy or casting Flipendo or Crucio. Also, enemies that will be attacked by an NPC that you control with Imperio will receive cursed curse status and so on. So in practice, most of your enemies will have curse status all the time, and you're not only gonna be dealing extra damage to them, but also because of Blood Curse talent, each time when you will be dealing damage to one cursed enemy, all other cursed enemies will receive a little bit of damage too. I love to use Maxima Potion with this build just because I love big damage, but you can use pretty much any other potion as well. So on practice, if you fight in one of your opponents, just cast Crucio, then Glacius to increase damage even more, and then Defendo, and it will be a one-shot kill. You can even use Flipendo instead of Crucio, but even base attacks will be hitting extremely hard. Take a look at how much damage I'm making to this troll. Anyway, when you fight in multiple opponents, strategy will be pretty much the same. Add as many curses as you can, and then one-shot each cursed enemy with Glacius plus Defender combination or Accio plus Incendio. So this build is great for all situations, but is not as easy to use as the first one or the next one, which I call Poppy Sweeting build because it's built around Avada Kedavra. So spell setup looks like this: Avada Kedavra, Flipendo, Arresto Momentum and Expelliarmus. It's all spells that we really need, but adding additional spell setups with Crucio and Imperio will make it even more easy. This build is so powerful that it doesn't even matter which traits you are using. So you can have any gear with any traits, it doesn't matter at all. But if you want to be as powerful as possible, maybe use some traits that increase defense from most common types of enemies. As for talents, again, it would be better to have 10 out of 10 Dark Arts talents unlocked, but if you're using one spell setup, you might only spend your talents on Stunning Curse, Disarming Curse, Knockback Curse, Slowing Curse, Enduring Curse to keep cursed effect for a longer time, and Avada Kedavra Mastery because it's the main talent for this build. Since each time you will use Avada Kedavra on a target, it will kill all other cursed enemies as well. Actually, adding Curse Supper will also be a good idea because it will heal you. Additionally, you might add a talent from Room of Requirement category that is called Focus Potion Potency, because the biggest problem of this build is a long cooldown on Avada Kedavra, and as you already guessed, we're gonna be using Focus Potion to forget about this problem. So in practice, this build is extremely simple. Use Flipendo on the first enemy, Arresto Momentum on the second enemy, Expelliarmus on the third enemy, and then just cast Avada Kedavra on the fourth enemy. It will kill all 4 enemies at the same time. When there are more than 4 enemies, just add more curses by Imperio, Crucio or Stupefy, and then cast Avada Kedavra. After that, drink Focus Potion, and if you are completing Battle Arena, you can repeat the same strategy on the next wave. But be careful, Avada Kedavra is not working against the undead that are not burning. But except for that, this build is extremely simple to execute and it's super powerful. So actually don't suggest you to use it when you're completing the story or some quests, maybe only on battle arenas and only if you have some problems, because otherwise it will not be interesting. By the way, I made Dark Arts Battle Arena more challenging and completed it with no health or other potions and overpowered talents. You can see a link to the video on your screen now. I hope you enjoyed this video, stay safe, stay healthy, goodbye.